city's history. A 6-month collaboration between local police, state law enforcement, the DEA, the FBI, and the U.S. Postal Service. Chief Mullen pointed to a row of tables to show what they'd seized: 5 pounds of marijuana, 1.5 pounds of cocaine, 7 firearms, a TAC-D grenade launcher, $214,000 in cash, and 43,000 pills worth $150,000. During his speech, he also said that the case was related to the murder of Patrick Moffley on the first Friday of that year's C of C spring break. Detectives had found Moffley, the son of a luxury real estate developer and a Charleston school board member, lying on the floor of his house a block from campus. He'd been holding a Chipotle napkin to a wound in his chest, and his body had been surrounded by a few hundred loose pills marked GG249. When a reporter asked about the link between the killing and the drug arrests, Mullen refused to discuss it more. Instead, he added that the college ring had sold everything from MDMA to LSD to Xanax, which seems to be a drug of choice right now. He gripped the podium and said that the suspects operated in a network and knew one another, but they were not thought to be part of a gang. Chief Mullen then switched the TV display from piles of money to rows of mugshots. Up on the screen, the suspects' frowns hid their dimples. They looked like guys who put in time at the gym, and maybe at the beach, and definitely at the putting green. Next to the pictures, the Charleston PD listed their names and ages. Michael Schmidt, 21. Robert Lilleberg, 22. Zachary Kligman, 24. Benjamin Noss, 23. Jonathan Reams, 19. Daniel Katko, 25. Russell Sliker, 22. Jake Pochek, 21. Pochek's girlfriend, Samantha Hinks, who was also listed in the original press release, but her charges were dropped a year later. The first thing I noticed, looking at the photos, was the haircuts. Most had feathery bangs, which they either pushed to the side or parted in the center. They looked like kids who'd played lacrosse at my prep school in Dallas. The lacrosse group was known at my school as the Bros, and they drove bigger SUVs and seemed a little older than the rest of our class. Most weekends they threw wild parties at nice houses with girls from the Episcopal School of Dallas, and I think I unconsciously copied their hair. When I joined a fraternity my freshman year of college, I swept my bangs to the right, and I kept a flowy haircut until I stopped paying dues my senior year. After that, I grew out a semi-mullet and moved to northern Vietnam to work as a journalist, but the Charleston mugshots took me back to that place again. The photos also got my attention because of what the suspects had been arrested with. I didn't know whether the drug network should have been considered a gang or not, but I agreed with Chief Mullen that Xanax was a drug of choice right now. I'd seen benzodiazepines flying around college fraternity life, and I'd watched my friends get addicted while other friends dealt to them. After college, I learned that a few of the Dallas Bros had joined fraternities and then dropped out of school to deal with benzodiazepine dependencies, and a few of our mutual friends had died. When I started working as an investigative reporter, I wondered if this problem extended beyond my surroundings, and I'd Googled something like Xanax Arrest Fraternity. Soon I was reading Chief Mullen's press release, looking at 43,000 Xanax pills and 2 rows of the frat swoop haircut. Mikey Schmidt was the lead name on the press release, so when I flew to Charleston for what I thought might be a good story about Xanax and fraternities, I'd started asking people about him. I arrived a few months after he'd been sentenced to the Wateree River Correctional Institution for 10 years without parole, though, so I couldn't reach him myself. My investigation had to begin as a write-around, where I talked to sources who knew him and the other boys in the mugshots. One friend said that Mikey had a wealthy grandfather.